go over the injuries from the weekend?
Sure. Who do you want to know about?
Micah?
Micah won't practice today.
He's
long term?
What's long term?
Week to week?
Week to week.
John Runyon come back today?
No, we'll keep him down again today. He's close.
That means I assume tomorrow then he probably won't go into joint practice then.
Let's see how it is today. Possibly, I wouldn't count on it, but he'll be okay. Flott will not go today. Getting close.
How much of a concern is your...
Drew will go today.
Phillips or Locke?
Oh, both of them.
Drew, you're talking Locke or Phillips?
Both.
Oh.
How much of a concern is your inside linebacker depth right now? If Micah's week to week, Deontay Johnson's week to week, Matt Adams got hurt, and Carter Coughlin, you can tell us if he's back or not. But that's
he will
four
come
guys.
back. He will come back today. But yeah, certainly we're down some guys there. So see what happens down the road.
What about Matt Adams?
Week to week.
How's Deontay Johnson doing?
Week to week. Yeah.
Turbo.
He'll be doing stuff today. Yep.
Is Chapman okay? Is he practicing?
Yep.
So is there a guy on the roster, Dave?
I got a long list here of people, so.
Anyone else?
I'm just.
Yeah, just
Sure. Yeah.
who won't be going today?
So, good question, Charlotte. Runyon will not. Neal will take more reps than he has. John Michael will as well. Drew will do stuff today. Locke. Cager will not. He's week to week. Gunner, week to week. Tracy will practice. Will. Yep. He's good. He's fine. Flott, Gio. Drew Phillips will be limited. Matt Adams week to week. Micah. Carter will come back. That's where we're at.
Is there a guy on the team that plays a different position that you're going to have to move to inside linebacker to cover, like a Nick McLeod or something to cover for?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Are you any closer at this point to, or how much closer are you at this point to, settling on who the cornerback is going to be opposite of Deontay Banks?
Yeah, we get Flott back here, and those guys will still work in and out. So we haven't made that decision yet.
What do you think is going to determine that decision in your mind?
Whoever we think is going to give us the best chance after training camp.
How much of that is preseason? How much of that is practice? Because
Yeah, no.
How much are they able to get?
One is availability, So can you stay out there and do it and be dependable doing it, and then performance. So when Flott comes back out, he'll take as many reps as he can get, and then we'll sit down and make a decision on what we think.
I think back to a conversation I had with Alan Robinson in the beginning of training camp, and he said that when he decided to sign here, you were pretty upfront with him, laid out everything. I would assume you do that with a lot of players when they come in. When guys signed last week the way Jacob Johnson did, Kelly did, how realistic are you with their chances, telling them what they need to do in order to make this team? Because I got to imagine nobody wants to come here and just be a body.
Well, look, at this time of the year when there's guys out on the street that are trying to get jobs, there's a lot of guys that come and work out for us on a weekly basis that want to get their foot in the door. So some of those guys are just come here, take as many reps as you can get, learn it. There's it's a little bit different than I sat down with Alan, but I expect all the coaches to, here's what it is, this is what we expect out of you, be very clear with them, and then let them go out there and do it. So when it happens this time of year and you're bringing guys in, sometimes the day of or the day before, and there's not a lot of long conversations that I have with them. It might be short in the hallway, but their position coaches certainly do.
What's a play like Chapman's rundown do for a player's roster chances?
Well, that was a heck of an effort play. So that's something you evaluate is people's effort, how they run to the football. Same thing offensively, cleaning the pocket, chasing the ball. So effort is certainly something that you evaluate. That was a great effort play by him.
When you bring in guys at this time, a lot of them don't have a lot of experience, but Jacob Johnson's different.
Yeah.
And he plays a very specialized role. So, is he a better path? Or you haven't had a fullback, so, why bring him in now, I guess?
Yeah, we worked out a few people for that. I wouldn't just say specifically fullback role, but he can do some other things too. and he understood. You know, he was able to pick the things up pretty quickly when we put him in. We needed some legs, to be honest with you, where we were at the tight end room. So he had some familiarity with Carm. He's also had some other people that I know that have coached him or played with him. James Ferentz was with him, so it was pretty seamless just for that day to get him in. And now we'll give him some opportunity on special teams, some core things that he can do, and try to do some of the things that he does well. But he can do some other things. It's just not, he's played in the backfield a bunch, but he's flexible enough to, I'm not saying just put him on a line like you would Theo. You can put him off the line and do some things with him. So he's had some experience. He's a tough guy, which is something that we covet.
For your young defense, what kind of, I guess particularly the secondary, what kind of opportunity challenge is tomorrow against Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, every opportunity is great. Obviously, he's one of the better players to ever play at that position. So, look forward to the competition. You know, got a ton of respect for Aaron and his game. He's done it in a long time at a very, very, very high level. So it'll be good. It'll be good.
How excited are you for tomorrow, Dave? And what do you really hope to accomplish?
Yeah, same thing that we did against Detroit. Go out there and practice against another team. Let the ones get a lot of reps with the ones. So you're practicing against another team. Continue the evaluation process. So it'll be, you don't have to get on an airplane to do it. So it's good.
How valuable can the opportunity for a player like Malik Neighbors be to go against Sauce Gardner tomorrow?
Yeah, good. Again, another heck of a player. Malik hasn't played in an NFL game yet, so he's had training camp, and he's done well with everything we've asked him to do. But certainly when you're playing against a guy of that caliber, Sauce's caliber, it'll be good competition.
There were several fights against the Lions. How do you prevent that against the Jets?
Talk about it again. We don't want to fight.
Do you intend to sit the starters in this final game the way that you have in the past?
Not there yet. Be there at the end of the week like normal. Sit down and talk about it.
Anything we should expect to see? Like, obviously you turned the ball over 5 times the other day. You weren't happy about it after the game. Do you plan on addressing that out here, in practice?
Yeah, we do it every day. Yep,
In
something we don't want
ways?
to do. We drill it, we coach it, we teach it on tape. It happened for a variety of reasons. We go through, we show them. We continue to do it out here. It's something we do every day.
Isaiah Simmons, he's obviously kind of an anomaly to play that nickel position. I mean, can he match up with speedy slot corners? I mean, or does he have to be specialized if you're going to use him there in terms of the matchup?
Yeah, I think Shane's done a good job of doing different things with him, calling different things. Again, the one thing that he does have is length. So, and you could see that on some of the plays earlier on training camp where they might have had a step on him, but his length makes up for maybe the quickness element of a shifty receiver. So, matchups, things that go into it. But he's done a nice job.
David Long's going to practice?
David Long. Possibly. I'm not sure on that one yet. I would probably lean right now towards no. I guess I skipped him. Hit the Drew, sorry. There's a lot of DBs on it.
Brendan, talk
Dave's
about
with the O-line.
Yeah.
Is there any concern? I know they're mostly veterans.
Yeah.
But so I guess I'll ask it this way. Do you rely on that part of their game to get them through where there hasn't been the continuity that you probably would have preferred?
Yeah, that's a good question. So that's probably one of our more veteran groups now on our team. So with those 4 players, I'd say 5 including Stinney, you have people that have played a lot of football, some in different spots, some together at other teams as well. And AT, who's been here and done it at a high level for the years he's been in this league. So I would say those 4 players that are communicating well with one another, I have a lot of confidence in that group. Their experience, their communication, their style of play, they've really been good additions to our football team. Yeah.
If I could just follow up quickly.
Sure.
What have you learned about their position coach? You hired him, so I understand that you got to know him, but what have you learned during this camp about him?
Yeah, Carm's a good coach. Again, we have crossed paths with him, not working, but with a lot of people that I've worked with. He's done a nice job with them. I think they respect him. He's coached 2 of them, got a good way about him. He's got good leadership traits, good communication skills, good at the fundamentals. And I've thrown him in there every time. James Ferentz has been a good addition as well, who has played in this system for quite some time and played center, so he can see it through their eyes. They've worked well together.
on the opposite end of the spectrum from the offensive line. You're talking about they have the experience. Brandon Brown was talking about how your defensive back, your cornerback room, defensive back in particular, is super young.
Yeah, there's a lot of spots that are young.
At what point can it be too young for you? Like, how important do you think it is to have a veteran voice?
Well, I think the most important thing is to play well. So whether you're a 10-year vet or a 2-year guy, but the experience helps. It definitely does. We're young at receiver. We've got 2 young tight ends with Belly and Theo. We're young at running back with Gray and Tracy. Motor's been in the system for a while, so we're young. These guys are going to continue to improve. We like them. Obviously, we've drafted most of them or brought them on board. So the communication, the experience, that all plays into. The most important thing is playing well, regardless of how many years you played.